Greetings everyone, hi, this is Mr. Dennis. This is a brief tutorial of the MAP test, how to administer the MAP test for teachers as administrators, as well as understanding what the student does. So the expectation is for you to be able to access the administrator website and be able to administer the test and troubleshoot. That's our objective, okay? So how you do that first is that you're gonna go to your teacher portal. That's at the VGCPS website, or staff portal rather. On your staff portal at the top of the menu board, you have where it says applications. Click on applications and you go down where it says map test. Sometimes a little tree you gotta click on the actual and then slide over where it says sign in. Okay, that's the MAP test, sign in. Okay, once you do that, it should take you or ask your PGCPS credentials. You click OK and get you right in. All right, so here's the meat of what this portal is. So our main concern is on this left-hand side is where we're going to manage our sessions. The students' tests are in sessions that have been created by myself. I'm also going to, you also have the ability to create sessions yourself, which I want to definitely show you, maybe not at this tutorial, but to show you so that I don't have to do it. But for now, this is for you, okay? All right, so this is all before your students come in. This is where you can place and prepare on your laptop or your desktop workstation, okay? Click on where it says Manage Sessions, okay? And once you click on the Manage Sessions button, below here, where it says Saved Testing Sessions, this is where the sessions that have been created for your classes, okay? Click on that, and then we'll drop down all of the sessions that have been created. Now, here's something that's very important I need you to know that we just found out too. When you log in, you may not have any sessions at all because you have not created any. I'm the one that created them, Gary Dennis. So in order to find your session that I created, you're going to go here where it says Created By. Okay? Then it'll be your name there, but you're going to erase that and put in Dennis, and all the Dennises in the district, including Gary Dennis, will pop up. Click on Gary Dennis, and then you'll see all of the sessions. And then you look for your naming convention, whether it's Burke or whoever it'll be in West, your name, and then the class period 1A, 2A, however, okay? So once you found your name, which I'm going to do right now, once you found your session, you click on the little circle on the left-hand side, okay, and then you begin where it says a test now. Okay, click on test now, and when you click on test now, this is going to happen. You're going to have a list of all of your students below. You're going to have some very important information at the top where it says, let me show you where it says testing session's name and then password, okay? So remember, this is all what happens before the students even come in. So the test session's name and password I want you to place on the board because they're gonna need that. The test session name and then the password, okay? That's what they're gonna need. But you have all your students here. They're all set to good to go, okay? So you're ready to go. You've logged in, you've opened the session is ready to go. Okay, so that's what's gonna happen for you. Now I'm going to try to hope you can see this. Now I'm going to minimize my screen, and now on every desktop there is an icon that says this little blue thing that says NWEA, and that's where I'm going to try to bring that up now. See if I can do this right. Let's see if it's going to work for us. It's the NWEA. I want you to see what the student sees. See if it's going to work. It may not work because yeah, it won't work. You may not see what you won't be able to see what I'm going to see. Probably not. Okay. So you can't see this, but anyway, students, a map will pop up. A student has to put in their test session. It'll say test session name and password, and that's where they're going to put their test session name and password in. Okay. That's what they're going to put in for their when they log in for their computer on their computer. And that test session name is what you already placed on the board, okay? Once students have put in the test session name, you're gonna see where it says, status. Okay, right now it says awaiting students. You'll see when students start logging in and putting a name in, then it's going to be, then you'll see it change. Once all your students have logged in, then what you're going to do is now you're going to press where it says confirm now. I'm circling. It says confirm now. Confirm now. That will now then open up the test for the students to on their screen to begin, and then the test begins. It's an untimed test, so they have that time. So you just go through, let students start testing. Once the students have completed, they'll finish. It'll finish. It'll tell them to. Will go to the end of their test. It'll be complete, and you'll see where it says complete here, where it's the status. If a student, if your class is not finished, this is an important part. If your students are not finished, or you ran out of time, or you need to finish the next day or at another time, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go here on the left-hand side, and you're going to highlight whether it's the whole class or those particular students, okay? And you just click on them other students. And then you're going to select an action, okay? Select an action, and you have the different actions here. What you're going to do is suspend the test, okay? Here again, if you want to save what they've done or wait to finish up the next day, suspend their test, okay? That's all you have to do, okay? Suspend the test, all right? And then they'll all be suspended. And when you come in the next day, it'll all say suspended. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna click on your students, all your students, click on the buttons of all your students, or those who need to finish their test. And you're gonna click the select action, and you're gonna go where it says resume, okay? And then their test will continue where they left off the day before, okay? All right, and then once you have completed that, once you've done all that, you finished the test or you suspended the test, now it is very, 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 very important, okay? Now you have to push where it says end test sessions, okay? You gotta click on that, and then you have an option where you wanna save and exit, what you wanna do, not delete, save and exit, okay? And then you're back at your screen. This is very important because you will not be able to test the next class. You have to end that session. You will not be able to test the next class until you end that session. And that's pretty much all there is to it. That's really what it is. There are some troubleshooting things that we can do, and I can show you that real quick. Let me just see if I have time to show you that. All right, so here's the troubleshooting test now. We'll go back to that. Let's just say a student don't see their name because on the student screen, when they sign in, they're going to sign to the test. They're going to select that test, and that's the 6+ test, 6+. When they do that, it's going to be a drop-down menu, and they're going to see their name. Sometimes students don't see their name, and that's for multiple reasons. If a student name is not on the screen, but it's on your list, then there's a reason why, okay? So there's some kind of connection issue. So if a student's name is not on the list, what you're going to do, number one, is you're going to tell that student to exit out of the test altogether. So get back to his desktop, okay? Then you're going to select that student's name. Let's see, David, select his name, Davis. Here goes with the action again. You're going to select an action, okay? And then you're going to say, do not confirm, okay? You're going to click on do not confirm. And then now you have the student log back in. That student will see his name. Here again, this is a student who has not tested yet, but doesn't see his name on the list, but you see it on your list, okay? Just hit, here again, is hit that do not confirm. Student will find his name, let the student log in. And then now, after you hit do not confirm, then you confirm, okay? It's just as simple as that. Here's the last troubleshooting issue. If a student has started the test but somehow got locked out or dropped out or whatever, he goes back in, put the username password, but doesn't see his name on the drop-down menu, this is what you do, okay? Here again, the student who's already started his test, somehow got kicked out, went back in to try to log back in, but couldn't find his name. All you're gonna do is, but you see his name on the list, you're gonna highlight that same student's name, You're going to hit the drop down, select action. Ooh, I didn't do it right. Okay, select action. And then now you're going to hit, resume. You're going to hit resume. Okay. Well, yeah, you're going to, I'll take it back. You're going to hit suspend first. Okay. Same action, suspend. And then you're going to hit resume. And that'll restart for that student. Okay, so those are the two troubleshooting issues that has come up in the map test. Okay, just that simple, not hard to do. But I'll be available to support you in any way that I can, obviously. But those are two troubleshooting issues, just to throw that out there. All right. Here again, this is the map test, simple administration. Have any questions? Please let me know. But this is the 20-minute video. All right. Thank you and have a good day.